All right, we are live. Wait for a few of you to come in here. Knicks Game 4 preview. Just wanted to chop it up on this Saturday afternoon. Impromptu live stream. I tend to do these a lot. It's just me and you talking Knicks Game 4. 2 days off in between games 3 and 4. 2 days off in between games 2 and 3. Feels weird, but we got some injury updates to talk about. We got some comments from Josh Hart to talk about. Mikal Bridges' comments to talk about. There's always news. Always stuff to talk about regarding in Knicks land. So strap in, grab your drink. I got my Celsius here. I'm almost finished with it. Got my water, my snacks. Let's talk some Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Crime's dad. What's going on, Crime's dad? Appreciate you in the chat. Always appreciate you for becoming a member. Appreciate you for becoming a member. All right. Knicks Game 4 is tomorrow afternoon. So we have some injury updates to get to. So far, Mitchell Robinson, I believe, has an illness. And he is dealing with a sickness. So hope that he's okay. Hope that he's good. And we just have to, hope for the best regarding that. Crime's ass is chilling. El Figgy says what's good. What's good, El Figgy? Chopping it up. Talking Knicks, man. Appreciate you guys in here. Just wanted to chop it up for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes with you guys. And get to, the Josh Hart comments. And look, we're up 2-1. Right? We're up 2-1 in the series. Feeling good. We didn't know how to feel coming into game 3, but we won that one. It got close at the end, but we won it. So now we're up 2-1 on the Detroit Pistons, and we have a chance to really take a stranglehold on this series, right? You win tomorrow, you're up 3-1. And then you're sitting there pretty, in a great mood, with a chance to close it out in Madison Square Garden. Something you haven't done in years. I mean, when's the last time the Knicks closed out a series in MSG? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Over 10 years, I believe. So you're up 2-1, feeling good. You found some things you can build on in game 2. Go back to the drawing board because the Detroit Pistons are going to make their adjustments. And they're going to come out ready. And we just have to go from there. Crimes ass says lots of drama in another Knicks chat. Ooh, another Knicks chat? Lots of drama, Crimes dad? Let's get peace. Where's that drama? Yuri, what's going on, Yuri? El Figgy says, man, every time we need Mitch, he pulls this. Game 4 is going to be tough. SGT Robert says Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5 is still alive. Right? Knicks in 5 is very much still alive. Yuri says Mitch is going to play tomorrow. So Mitchell Robinson did not practice today. Okay. Because of an illness. So let me just try to get the update for you guys. I believe it's just an update. For an illness update. Mitchell Robinson. I can share my screen. Here we go. Here we go. Mitchell Robinson missed practice today due to an illness, Tom Thibodeau says. So he did not practice. Tom Thibodeau said he should be good to go tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Mitchell Robinson missed practice today due to an illness, but he should be good to go today. Elfig says much better. Mitch better take some Pepto. Mitch is going to play. He'll be all right. He's in Detroit in his hotel room, chilling, relaxing. Get healthy, Mitch. We need you. And we need you to set the tone in game 4. Go up 3-1 with a chance to close it out in Madison Square Garden. Do you think the Knicks are not thinking about that? Closing it out in MSG? Something they haven't done in over 10 years, 15 years, maybe even longer than that. If you guys know in the chat, just let me know, please. But it's been a while. It's been a while. So that's the update on Mitch. We have some audio from Josh Hart, some audio from Mikal. But how are we feeling? We're feeling good, right? We're feeling good. In all seriousness, if he's sick, then keep him away from the team and let's see some Precious time. Yeah, if Mitch is out, you will see some Precious Achiuwa out figure because the Knicks, quite frankly, don't have a backup big. But Ariel Hukporti has been back, has been active. But Tom Thibodeau is deciding not to go that route. And look, he's coming off a serious knee injury. And I don't believe you'll throw him in the fire unless you need to, unless he's a break glass just in case of an emergency. But we got guys to look, Precious has had a down season, but in a pinch, if you need him, I would trust him. He's had some good moments in the playoffs. He's had some good moments last year in the playoffs. Right? That series versus the Philadelphia 76ers where he was guarding Embiid, him and OG. The tip back off a missed free throw, a little important stuff, but yeah. El Figgy says, I love Robinson. It's all fun, Yuri. Yeah, so up 2-1, guys. Game is tomorrow afternoon. Keys to the game. All right, so keys to game 4, in my opinion. Keep getting Karl-Anthony Towns the basketball, right? Early and often. I mean, the Knicks have yielded great results when Karl-Anthony Towns touches the basketball early. And the Pistons just can't guard him. So keep feeding the cat because in game 3, the noise, the hostile environment did not faze him whatsoever. So keep Karl-Anthony Towns involved early. Jalen Brunson played an amazing game 3, in my opinion. Let the game come to him. And then when it mattered the most, when we needed our captain to bring us home, quote unquote, Jalen Brunson really set the tone in that fourth quarter and sealed the deal. That's how the game should flow. That's how the game should be. So Brunson, let the game come to him. Don't force it. Nothing. None of that. And we should be okay. I mean, it's amazing how this team looks when, 4 of our starters scored 20 or more points, right? OG Anunoby said it best. We are extremely tough to guard. When OG scoring over 20 points, Mikal scoring over 20 points, Jalen scoring over 20 points. This is OG's quote. We're really hard to guard when it's like that. That's from OG Anunoby. So Cat with 31, Jalen over 30, Bridges 20, Anunoby over 20. That is when this Knicks team is at their best. Nostalgic, what's going on? Nostalgic. Appreciate you rocking with us in this afternoon live stream. Impromptu. Sorry that, I didn't schedule this prior, but make sure you guys hit the notification bell. And subscribe if you haven't done so. Most of you have subscribed. Nostalgia says keep passing it to Karl-Anthony Towns. Yep. That's it. Great things happen when you pass into your big man, right? It's super easy. Basketball is easy. Pistons don't have anyone to guard Cat. Pistons really don't have anyone to guard JB. They're. I think Game 4 is an opportunity for this Knicks team to finally get a big win, other than Game 1, and just to send the Pistons home without a home win in the playoffs. Continue that streak on their end. Come back to MSG and seal the deal in 5. Then it's Knicks in 5, never a doubt. Right? So I think Sunday is very important, and this Knicks team is locked in and ready. But let's not get it twisted. The Pistons are going to make their adjustments, and they will bounce back. Go Knicks. Knicks must stay consistently work the ball around, and teamwork will guarantee a big win in Game 4. Move the ball. That's it. Move the basketball, and it should yield great results for this basketball team. Jared. What's up, Jared? What's up, everybody? Just chopping it up Saturday afternoon. You know, talking Knicks, man. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I decided to come on here for about 45 minutes to an hour and talk Knicks with you guys, because the Knicks have 2 days off in between games 3 and 4. And it's good that, you know, they have a day off today because Mitch is sick. So hopefully he can get healthy. And hopefully, you know, the guys can need the rest, right? Brunson and Anunoby was holding his shoulder. No injury update on him. He should be okay. The rest helps us out. It does. We need the rest. And Boston, I don't want to think too much ahead, right? But I'm watching Boston, Orlando last night, and Boston lost. So I'm like, okay, here we go, right? So it's not easy to take care of business. Like, it's hard to beat. It's hard to sweep a team, number one. And if this Knicks team is locked in like they were in Game 3, in Game 4, the result should be the same, right? Stay the course, move the ball, hit shots. The bench I am worried about. I am worried about the bench. And we'll get into that, but I am worried about the bench. SGT says Knicks 132, Pistons 127. Prediction for the final score. I like that. Yuri says the bench is a factor. Yes, Yuri, yes. Jesse says they need to fight for those rebounds. They are giving Detroit too many opportunities. Knicks were better in terms of rebounding the basketball in Game 3. Better. Pistons still out rebounded them, but as a whole, you saw Josh Hart play like Josh Hart, right? Tracking the ball extremely well. He's not forcing it. He's not taking many attempts. I thought Game 3 was such a pivotal game for Josh Hart, and he kind of went under the radar a little bit. I mentioned it in the post game, but he was huge, pushing the pace. When the Knicks run, when the pace quickens up, this is a different basketball team. And that's why you saw a lot of trailing threes from Cat in the first quarter. It just opens up the flow of the offense. So I'm ready. El Figgy says, with the minutes we play, we can use the extra day of rest. Magic will upset the Celtics in 7. I don't think so. I don't think so. Magic got their win. Obviously, Game 4, I think, is tomorrow too, but I don't think they're gonna upset the Celtics. After Game 4, if they win, I still don't think so. But look, Celtics lost, man. Celtics lost. So Game 4, man, you want to come out there firing on all cylinders. You want to hit your shots. You want to look. Yuri says in the chat, Mikal stepped up. Mikal is super important to this team. Like, Mikal is the guy who keeps taking the slings and arrows from everyone, because we traded 5 first-round picks for him, and he said it in an interview. He said he can't control what the front office gave up for him. He said that's out of his control. He said he tries to block out the noise. But in Game 3, in the first half, first quarter, wasn't really engaged. Beginning of the second, I was, watching Mikal, wasn't really engaged. And then he started to guard Cade, started to pick up his intensity, started to match the intensity that the Pistons were throwing out there. And Mikal played a great game in Game 3. So Mikal's pivotal. I mean, everyone's pivotal. It's a cliche. Everyone is pivotal, but I'm telling you, it stems from our point guard and JB. That's who it stems from, right? Get to some Josh Hart audio. So Josh Hart was asked on comparing this year's Knicks team to last year's Knicks team. This is from SNY New York. And he pretty much tells Knicks fans to stop comparing because it is not beneficial if you keep on comparing this year's Knicks team to last year's Knicks team. So let me get this audio ready for you guys. Play it and react to it. Here we go. Joshy. I don't know why he's sitting like that in front of reporters, but here we go. Yeah.
Seen the narrative going around that this team isn't as tough as last year's team. It's lost some grit. Are you guys offended? Like, how do you guys take that whole idea?
Comparisons are thief of joy. Like, we're going to compare ourselves to last year for what? We don't got Dante, we don't got Zay, we don't got Jew, we don't got Jericho. I don't know who else don't we have that was here last year. Anyone else? Daquan, Charlie.
I got him.
We don't have any of those guys, and now we got a totally different group and a totally different personality and identity. So if you continue to just look back and compare yourself to years prior and teams prior, you lose the perspective of what you have. And now, this team, we don't care about the toughness because we feel like we have the toughness, but we also have the offensive firepower to go out there and put up 140. And so it doesn't really affect us. I just think it's idiotic to compare us to the past because, we're the New York Knicks of 24-25, and it's either you get behind us or you don't. And if you're not, stay on that side and when we have success.
So Josh Hart said a lot of strong quotes in there, right? He said it's idiotic to keep comparing us to last year's team. And quite frankly, a lot of Knicks fans, I'm victim to it. That's what we do. We compare this year's team to last year's team. Josh Hart is essentially saying what's being said in the locker room, maybe in the front office. It's idiotic to keep comparing this year's team to last year's team. He says, quote, now we've got a totally different group and totally different personality and identity. So he acknowledges there's a totally different identity within this group. If you continue to look back and compare yourself to years prior, you lose a perspective of what you have. Bars. It's good to hear these quotes and sit back and realize what these guys, look, they're human at the end of the day. I know it's easy to play 2K as a Knicks fan. Like, oh, what about, I miss last year's team. And I do. But if we continue to harp on last year's team, I mean, what good does it do? Really, what good does it do if we continue to do that? This year's team is this year's team. The front office made those moves. They did. He says it's a different identity and it's idiotic to keep comparing it to last year's team. So I agree with him. Different identity, different team. I mean, we see Jew and Dante in the playoffs yesterday. I mean, Dante's struggling from three, but Julius Randle's playing great in Minnesota for them. And look, it's different. It is different. But Josh Hart, finally, somebody asked him, like, what do you think of when you keep hearing the media and fans compare this year's team to last year's team? And Hart gave an honest answer. Like, we've got a totally different team, and it's idiotic to keep comparing this year's team to last year's team. So I respect Hart from saying that. I really do. Shoquan, what's going on? Mitch is sick. So Mitchell Robinson is sick, but he should be good to go for game 4, Shoquan. Yuri, you can always leave it to Josh Hart to give you a straight up answer and not give an F up answer. True. I respect it. I do. Say what you want about Hart. A lot of people want to bench him, this and that, but he's valuable to this team one way or the other. I just think the coaching staff needs to find pockets for him and play him. Look, he played a lot of minutes in game 3, and he was very vital to the rebounding, to the pace. I mean, he's an important piece for us. Lamar, what's going on? Salute to you. Just chopping it up on this Saturday afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Knicks play tomorrow afternoon. The game is at 1 or 12 tomorrow. It's at 1 p.m., I believe. It's afternoon hoops tomorrow. I'll confirm that really quick for you guys. It's at 1. ABC 1. And Detroit is favored by 1.5 tomorrow. So, if you're a betting man, that's surprising. Detroit favored by 1.5. Look, their back's up against the wall. Game 4 is important for them as much as it's important for us. If they lose that game, the series is over. Now you know what's going on. Appreciate you in the chat. Thanks for rocking with us. If Detroit loses game 4, the series is over. So it's going to be a ruckus. It's going to be a crazy environment like it was in game 3. And on their side, you got to neutralize Schroeder. He's coming in there, giving them extremely a good spark for them. And, you know, Paul Reed has given them some good minutes, but we don't know the Isaiah Stewart injury situation. He's questionable maybe, but Paul Reed has come in there, giving them a spark. On their side, you got to neutralize Dennis Schroeder because he's given them good minutes. Hardaway gave them good minutes during the last game. Malik Beasley can't hit anything currently. He's struggling from 3, and you know that's what they're talking about in Detroit. Ashore Thompson got benched in the fourth quarter for them, and they were complaining about that. So obviously, you're going to hear complaints about the referees, which you know you've heard for the last 48 hours with the clock situation and whatnot, and the backcourt that wasn't called. And I don't believe it was a backcourt, but it all comes around. I mean, it works both sides in series. I mean, game by game, each team gets the beneficial of the whistle, right? It just seems like that's how it's been this series. It evens itself out. Lamar says we need to go in with that closeout mentality. I agree. You win game 4. You go up 3-1 with a chance to close it in the Garden. Now we're talking. All right, more Josh Hart. Let me just get this picture for you guys.
Knowing that they're trying to make it get under your skin a little bit?
That's one thing about us. Like it's I think we all like physicality, and we.
All right. He was asked how the Knicks can keep their cool in this series. Detroit's trying to rough them up, be physical with them. So here's his response.
Thrive in those kind of games and situations. You know, the NBA is a very petty world. The game's petty. The league be petty at times. They see what's going on in the summer, and then two guys got beef, and then next thing you know, that's over the night or something like that. So, as a whole in the league, you know, including myself, we're very, very petty. You know, the guy who had the ball, you just smack the ball away just to be annoying. But you know that, and our personality, we never really let that frustrate us or that take us.
All right, so not really saying much there. Pretty much saying as a league, including myself, we can be very petty, this and that. Trying to get some more sound for you. I know I have Mikal Bridges. Oh, here we go. Mikal Bridges on the heckling from the Pistons fans to Jalen Brunson.
There was some heckling involved. What do you think of the way the crowd was going at him and how he responded?
That's nothing. You just, you know, words ain't gonna hurt him. So that's just, you just, I guess, wasting a breath or just, you know, want to get the crowd going. But that don't bother him at all.
Words aren't gonna hurt him. Wasting the crowd's breath. So bring it on. I mean, that fuels Jalen Brunson. I like that. So we saw some crowd heckling on the baseline next to the Knicks bench. Some young kids were saying something to Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson said, "What did you say?" And the kid said, "I didn't say anything." Let me try to pull up the clip for you, actually. And it was, I think that kid is like the owner's son, and he was on the baseline in game 2 in MSG, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure, but let me try to get that clip.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, here it is.
Jalen Brunson, and Reg told you there's just won the Clutch Award today in the NBA for what he's done.
I think you see, if you read the kid's lips, I didn't say nothing. If you read his lips, I didn't say nothing. So Brunson stepped up to him and like, "Yo, what you say? You talking ish?" So Corey says someone updated is Mitch playing tomorrow. Corey, appreciate you in the chat. It's looking like Mitchell Robinson is going to play tomorrow. He is sick currently, so he missed practice due to an illness. Nothing to do with his ankle, nothing to do with anything else. He just has an illness, just has a little cold. He's going to tough it out, man. It's the playoffs. So he didn't practice today. He will hopefully play tomorrow. So that's the update on Mitchell Robinson. So, yeah, right now we're just chopping it up, talking Knicks, just going down some audio from the guys. Mikal has another quote, talked about the mental toughness of the New York Knicks in this series.
You talk about the team's mental toughness, knowing that there's a lot of emotion in this series, a lot of tempers flying, but you gotta kind of be cool out there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you just win a game. Whatever issues you got with somebody, as long as it's not detrimental to the team or whatever, but at the end of the day, just win a game.
Yeah.
All right, very, 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 very vanilla quotes from Mikal, but he's saying all the right things. Tom Thibodeau on the challenges of the playoffs. What we got, Dibs? All these videos are for SNY, from SNY, by the way.
Yeah, and I think each game is important, and I think that the challenge though is to reset and to understand, okay, how are we going to win the game, and what goes into that, and not get sidetracked by, oh, this could mean this could mean that, but to understand, okay, the intensity that has to go into it, the togetherness that has to go into it, and the intelligence that has to go into it. And usually that's the team that wins. And so that's what we have to focus on.
There we go, Thibs. I don't know why these guys are sitting in like a beach chair in the locker room just talking to these reporters. Mikal was standing up, but Hart was sitting in like a beach chair with his legs spread out. Like, you couldn't get them on the podium? But appreciate you guys in here just chopping it up. Game 4 preview. Look, Knicks can win Game 4 and go up 3-1, man. It's huge swing game for the New York Knicks. It's a big game for the Pistons, but go up 3-1 with a chance and opportunity to win in 5. Then you can close it out in MSG, something you haven't done in many, many years. So we're just chopping it up this Saturday afternoon. Mitchell Robinson injury update. I know most of you guys are in here for that. He is sick. So nothing abnormal. Ankle's fine. He's okay. He's just sick. And like Nelly Nell says in the chat, Mitch will get a shot and be ready for Game 4. Lamar says, juice that man with some IV fluids and he's good. That's it. He's all right. Mitch will be all right. So we should have Mitch and we should be good to go. Corey says it feels so sad what is happening to Achua. Hard to see guys get removed from the rotation. Bees Norega, appreciate the subscription. Achua didn't do himself any favors. I'll tell you. I'll just say that. He did have a good game versus Detroit at the end of the season. And he put together a nice outing against them to kind of show Thibs, like, look, man, you could trust me. Achua is just there just in case if someone goes down, because currently Tom Thibodeau has shown his hand. He's shown his rotations. It's going to be Mitch, Shamet, Deuce, and Payne. And right now, Deuce McBride has been an underperformer. He's been underwhelming. Campaign won us game 1. But Dibs is kind of feeling out the game regarding him. Shamet just out there running cardio, giving OG or McKellar a breather. But eventually, you got to get these guys going, right? Eventually. I would like Deuce to have a Dennis Schroeder type of game. Come in, give us a spark, make Tom Thibodeau not take you off the floor. But we haven't really seen that from Deuce McBride. And every game is its own opportunity. And quite frankly, all season long, Deuce McBride has been okay. No, he's been dealing with injuries and whatnot, but he just hasn't been the same. Like, I expected great things from Deuce this year. But, Knicks are up 2-1 with McBride. I know he had two threes in the second half at the end of game 2. But I think we're going to have a Deuce McBride come out party soon. I do. B says, salute. We need that team ball movement and making better decisions than the Pistons. Good game. I believe we're going to win tomorrow. Also, love that confidence. Love that confidence. Yuri says they're establishing dominance. Oh, man. Corey says when Achua gets time, he's good. I like the matchup with Stewart. Yeah, I do too. Precious comes with the physicality too. Love the dunk on Stewart's head. Nasty work. Love that dunk from Precious Achua that he put on Isaiah Stewart to close out the season. When the game, look, you lost that game, but the game really didn't matter in a sense. But Knicks can win tomorrow. And don't allow the Pistons continue that losing streak. They haven't won a home game in what, since 2008? If I believe. So, I know they're going to want to win at home. They're going to try everything and do everything in their power. And it's been tough. Like, it's been close in these games, late in these games, right? Game 1, you had the run. Game 2, it was close in the fourth quarter, down the stretch. Couple of things go your way. You could win, but you lost. Game 3, you're up 7 with, 30 seconds left. Tim Hardaway gets a shot off a jump ball, and, it just still was close. But I would like to see the Knicks dominate. We haven't seen this Knicks team dominate this team since the beginning of the season, first few games of the season when the Knicks blew them out in Detroit. That's what I would like to see. I think it's coming. I think they're close, but it's the playoffs. You can't really expect that, right? I mean, yes, you've had some dominating performances. Like Cleveland is up right now 62-42 on the Miami Heat. They're about to go up 3-0 if they hold that lead. OKC is about to sweep the Memphis Grizzlies today. Got a nice slate today, by the way. You got OKC, Memphis, Denver, Clippers, Houston, Golden State. But I would like to see the Knicks come out tomorrow with a chip on their shoulder and just do the same things that won you game 3. Get Cat involved. Brunson moved the ball around. Mikal, OG doing their thing. And then the Detroit Pistons don't have the firepower to keep up with this Knicks team. If everything is clicking on all cylinders for us, right? So I feel like this Knicks team is ready for game 4, and I feel like they will go up 3-1. I do. Finesseville says, wait, Monster Mitch is injured. No, he is sick. He is sick. So just dealing with an illness, but he is on the injury report. So technically, you gotta, I know the quotes, the title of the video, I don't want to alarm you guys, but it's Robinson injury update, and he's just sick. So he missed practice today, and he should be good to go in game number 4. At least that's being reported. Tom Thibodeau thinks he should be good to go in game 4, but he did miss practice today, so that's something to watch. Shoquan, we just need Precious to come in there and elbow Cade. Yeah. We do. Or PJ. But you saw that from Towns in game 3. Set those hard picks, man. That's it. Set those hard picks. Lay them out. It's the playoffs. I love that. Like when Towns set that pick on Ausar Thompson, laid him on the ground, it's the playoffs, right? And then you had JB Bickerstaff crying about that pick. Meanwhile, prior to the game, he's like, I'm all for physicality. My team can take it. We could take it. I like how the games are being officiated. Those were his quotes before that game. And then all game in game 3, he's crying. Crying. More physicality from the Knicks. They matched it and it bared fruit. Right? Corey says, to be honest, if we cannot have a convincing win versus the Detroit Pistons, that reflects our problems. One hand, I agree with you, but on the other hand, it's the playoffs. I know things are closer. Like the Pistons, they don't have the talent that we have, but they're playing as a unit. They're playing as a team. I mean, they were a Karl-Anthony Towns block away from getting the lead to cut to 1. And then JB hit the fast break layup, put the Knicks up 5. That was a swing moment. And let's give credit for Karl-Anthony Towns in that late in that fourth quarter too. That block, I don't even think I mentioned that block on the postgame, and I should have, when he put 2 hands up. When Cade crossed over OG fell on the ground, and the Pistons fans are keeping up. They're holding on to that clip. Okay. But Cat had a tremendous game 3. Tremendous. And we haven't seen that Cat consistently. And it seems like the Knicks keep on getting away from it, and play like that, you're going to win 9 times out of 10. Crimes Acid, I was wondering what Cat would do if he took his thumb out of his mouth and he put it all over the Pistons, showing his dominance. Let's go, Cat. Cat was a dog in game 3. Cat was a dog. After what Cat did for Mitch, he's earned his right to be a Knick. Getting Mitch's back, right? You love that. Detroit, that's their calling card, the physicality. They want to be physical. They want to be the bad boys. They're trying to bring that back. You saw the Pistons in the arena in game 3. Ben Wallace, Jalen Rose. You saw, you saw everyone. Knicks did a great job in that hostile environment of winning the basketball game, right? So, Corey says, so why can't we play as a team? Corey, game 3, they did, right? But sometimes this Knicks team has an ego problem, in my opinion. Sometimes Brunson just wants to continue to do it by himself over and over and over again. I mean, I put up the OG Anunoby quote. The Knicks are hard to beat when the ball is moving. Mikal over 20, OG over 20, Cat over 30, Brunson over 30. The Knicks team is tough to beat when you have your 4 best players playing like your 4 best players. They've struggled to find that balance. And it's April 28, 26. And they've struggled to find that balance. But good sign in game 3 that seems like they found it again. Hopefully they find it in game 4. Every game is different, right? Don't expect the same thing in game 4. Expect a different kind of offensive flow, but every game is different. But I like what I saw in game 3. El Vicky says good things happen when Towns gets chippy. Yeah. Great things happen when our cat acts like a dog. Right? That's it. That's it. All right. Some more Thibs audio.
Part of winning is
Some boring stuff, but we can get to it.
turnovers down. That puts you in position to win. And so we always talk about the last part of the play.
Game 2, how important rebounding was. And I think the
gap was very much closed.
He's talking about the rebounding.
How much do you think that just helps you guys be able to play fast and just get out?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think a big part of winning is your defense, your rebounding, and keeping your turnovers down. That puts you in position to win. And so we always talk the last part of the play. You have to be the strongest. You have to finish strong. So finish everything. And so you challenge shots, then you got to rebound. So it requires you to make a second, third, fourth effort.
Game 2, how important rebounding was, I think.
A little low, but he says it's important. A big part of winning is your defense, your rebounding, and keeping your turnovers down. You have to be the strongest. You have to finish strong. Knicks did a great job rebounding the basketball in game number 3. They still got out-rebounded, but they did a great job doing a better job rebounding the basketball. Jalen Brunson Muse says hi. What's going on, Jalen Brunson Muse? If you watch the playoffs, some of our players out there, if you watch the playoffs, some of the players out there is crazy. Yup. Nelly Nell says cat dog. I like that. That's the new nickname, cat dog. Play like a dog. When Cat plays like a dog, and he's physical, and when he plays he's playing with confidence all game long, but when he's not being shelled out in the fourth quarter, good things happen. Pistons have no one to guard Karl Anthony Towns. Jalen Duren. Stewart is their best defender, and he's been out. He gave Towns a little bit of issues when the Knicks faced them to close out the season, but he's been hurt. He's been out, and he's dealing with a bad knee. Right? So the Knicks have to take advantage of that. Now, if Stewart's healthy, I still do think the Knicks could. I'm not scared of Stewart, but he is one of their best defenders. And he is one of their most physical players. I mean, you saw Paul Reed try to be physical. Mitch like, come on, man. Come on, bro. I ain't worried about you, Paul Reed. Yuri says, Ant. What's going on, Yuri? Appreciate the super chat, Yuri. Thanks for rocking with us as always. Appreciate all of you in the chat. Yuri always in here supporting. Shout out to Yuri. And I would disagree on the ego problem. This is the gel year. Not writing them off yet, but they need one more off season together. We'll see, Yuri. Right? We'll see. Because one thing this front office has shown us is they are not afraid to make adjustments. And are they saying the same things to themselves? This is the gel year. This is the year before the year. They will improve the bench this offseason. You got to. But at times, I do think Alan Hahn said it. I've been listening to Alan Hahn on the radio station, 3 p.m. on ESPN New York. He said that sometimes this team does have an ego problem. He's closest to the team. Like, he's there, practices, calling the game. So I'm just reiterating the words from Alan Hahn. And you see it sometimes. Sometimes Brunson wants to do it all. I mean, OG wants the ball. OG gets shut out a lot. I mean, Mikal, when he's missing, his confidence is floundering. Cat is one of your best players. He's not getting the ball in the fourth quarter. So when this team is playing together as a unit, that's when they're at their best. So appreciate the $5, Yuri. What's got into that cat? What's got into that cat frisky? Oh, man. Appreciate you guys in here. Injury update from Mitchell Robinson. He is dealing with an illness. So the latest is that Mitchell Robinson is questionable. I don't think he's questionable, but Tom Thibodeau said he should be good to go in game 4. So fingers crossed for Mitch that he goes to CVS, takes, emergency, get your vitamins in tonight. I mean, stay inside, be quarantined away from the guys. I don't want to hear anyone else catch it what Mitch got, but hopefully Mitch is okay for game 4. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Let's go. Game 4. I'm excited. Knicks have a golden opportunity to go up 3-1 in game 4 and go into MSG with a chance to close out the Detroit Pistons. Right? Golden opportunity. And I'm feeling it. Keith says, greetings from the ATL. What's going on, Keith? Always appreciate you rocking with us. Size 9, Big Ant. What's going on, Size 9? Just chopping it up, talking Knicks. Got some quotes that we went over regarding Josh Hart and the pretty much reiterating to people to stop comparing this team to last year's team. A different team, different identity, different personnel, different coaching, staff, assistants, different. It's a different team. So, Josh Hart. Oh, that was too loud. But yeah, Josh Hart is pretty much saying, let's relax, guys. Stop comparing this year's team to last year's team. So, any more quotes from the Knicks? Hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. I wish the Knicks were playing today. I really do. And but it's a good thing that they have a couple of days off to get Big Mitch healthy. Right? Get him feeling better. And hopefully by tomorrow he is 100% or close to 100%. But game 4, it's going to be all hands on deck. The Pistons are going to come out on the Pistons side. They've gotten some contributions from their bench, right? Their bench has given them a huge spark for them. Just share my screen. Let's go back to the box score for game number 3. So Schroeder, I mean, this man has turned back the clock, right? He's bounced around from team to team, and he's giving them a huge spark off the bench. Something I wish Deuce was giving us. So on any given night, I'm not concerned about Schroeder, but you can't deny that he hasn't been giving them a spark. He's been giving them a huge spark for them. Beasley can't hit the side of the backboard. So the Knicks they're benefiting from Beasley struggling right now from 3. Schroeder and Beasley, obviously, those are the 2 guys you got to watch. Paul Reed gives them energy off the bench. But Ashore Thompson, 18 minutes, so wonder what was going on regarding that. He got 4 personal fouls, but Tobias Harris he put on his 76ers jersey in game 3. Right? Jalen Brunson Mew says, it will be great if we can see Huck Tua. Huck Porty, man. Miss Huck Porty. Obviously, he worked his way back from that injury, but it should be. I don't think he's going to play this series. I don't. I think the rotation is a rotation currently. But yeah, I would like to see him. El Figi says, if we win tomorrow, it's Knicks in 5. Let's go. Win tomorrow. Go back home up 3-1. Opportunity to close the game out. Right? Sort of like what happened last year versus the 76ers. Right? Where you were up 2-1. Back to MSG. Tyrese Maxey had that insane fourth quarter. And then, unfortunately, you had to close it out in Philly. But I have faith that the guys will win tomorrow and that we'll close it out in New York. So, Schroeder is overperforming. Yeah, he is, but he's an Olympic performer too. I mean, for Germany, I mean, when the stakes are higher, it seems like he gets up for the moment. So you can't deny it. Look, I don't like him. Like, he's trying to go out there and be a fake tough guy, and look, he gives them energy, whatever. But he's hit some. I mean, game 2, he hit that 3, and that was all she wrote. Right? He's been a factor for them. You can't deny it. So you're waiting for Deuce to replicate that, right? What are you guys feeling about Deuce McBride? Because I'm underwhelmed, but I'm trying to get a gauge from the fan base. Right? How's everyone feeling regarding Deuce McBride's play? Because he was supposed to be our 6th man. Coming in, scoring. He's struggling to create. This may not be his series. Right? It could be just that. This may not be Deuce's series. But I've been underwhelmed with what we're seeing from Miles McBride. I have been. So I'm hoping that he can turn it around because he's important for us off the bench. Deuce McBride is extremely a vital piece for this team. Right? It's like, yeah, this Knicks bench is limited, but Deuce was supposed to be the guy you can go to and trust. Right? So, I'm hoping for a good game from Deuce in Game 4. I'm hoping for a good game from Deuce. Jalen says McBride disappointing, but give him time. Thor says very limited regarding Deuce McBride. Jalen says this season, frankly, has been disappointing for McBride. Yeah. Nelly Nell says Deuce is not playing up to his full potential. Yeah. Look, game 1, 15 minutes, didn't hit a shot, but gave you 4 assists. You like that with the 1 steal. Gave you some energy. Game 2, he hit the bank 3, right? When we were searching for a bucket, end of the shot clock, he had that bank 3, and he had 2 threes in game 2. Game 3, I mean, he hit a 3, but I need more. I need more. Because let's say if Deuce is coming in giving you 10 points off the bench consistently, 10 to 15 points off the bench, and I don't want to keep comparing him to Peyton Pritchard on Boston, but that's who I thought Deuce. I was calling Deuce McBride better than Peyton Pritchard before the season. I was. And if the Knicks were getting that impact from Deuce off the bench, this could look like a different team. Could. If you take a look at his 9.5 points a game, almost 3 assists, 36% from 3 this year, so he kind of took a step back from threes. Only 64 games because of knee injury. 24 minutes. The minutes have jumped, but he's not playing nearly that in the playoffs. Right? I don't know what to make of it. It's the interesting thing is he plays well with JB. He plays well in the lineups with Jalen Brunson. Some of the Knicks positive rating lineups involve Deuce McBride. A lot of Knicks fans wanted him to start over Josh Hart. This way it can stretch the floor even more. And I was, I'm totally open to that. But right now, late in the season, it's not going to happen. So maybe it's just the bench, his role, that he's struggling to find with. Right? Because it seems like he plays well with some of the starters. And it seems like Campaign plays well with, the JB lineup like in game 1 that we saw. So, Corey says Deuce should be on a similar level to Schroeder. Yeah. Nelly now says all we need is 12 to 15 from Deuce a night. That's it, man. That's it. And look, he's not playing the minutes to warrant that. He's playing 8-9 minutes. I mean, if you go to his game log again, 15 minutes game 1, 13 game 2, 9 game 3. So the minutes are going down. So as he performs, Tom Thibodeau will play him, and he is one of the guys Thibs trusts. So, Size 9 says Deuce can't dribble well enough to get off versus the Pistons. Pistons shut down lanes to drive. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Pistons are, since January, the Pistons are top 5 in the NBA in defense. So, take that into consideration as well. They're a good defensive team. El Vegas says Deuce overperformed last year against the Sixers, and he's underperforming this year against Detroit. That, in my opinion, is a worse team compared to last year's 76ers team. Did he underperform last year with the 76ers? Because I remember some good moments in the playoffs for Deuce. Nah, look. Yeah, game 2, 21 points. 4 assists, 3 boards. I don't like. These are some good numbers, though, Figgy. Game 3, 21 minutes, 9 points, 0-3 from 3. Game 4, 8, like 2 threes. Game 5, 3 threes, 13 points. Game 6, 14 points. Like, this is what I've expected from Deuce. Because I remember last year in the playoffs, he gave the Knicks some great outings. Right? And this year, maybe it's the knee injury. I don't know. Maybe that's hampering him. But it's not like the moment's too big for Deuce. Oh, he overperformed. I read it wrong. Yeah. I wouldn't even say he overperformed. Like, I expected this from Deuce. Like, he was awesome. Like, I remember the game 6 when the Knicks were on the verge of winning that game. Deuce comes up next to the free throw line and hits a high arcing midi. Knicks go up, what, 5 or 6? Jalen Brunson, hands in the air. Knicks about to close the Sixers out. Like, I know it's a different team. So, again, comparing last year's team to this year's team, look at these minutes. 28, 21, 22, 27. In the Pacers series, I mean, like, even he gave you 10, 16, 17, 20. I mean, you needed him due to all the injuries. No OG, so you kind of needed Deuce McBride. But, yeah, I mean, look, it's been 3 games, so I don't want to overreact. So, yeah, Bees, I saw that. I read it wrong. Appreciate you. Size 9 says Deuce's game is still development. He's not there yet. Yeah. But I would expect more, like at least over 10 a game. And defensively, he's going to give you rock solid defense. And look, he's looking like he can't create right now. But game 4, I'm calling for Deuce McBride big game. How about that? Tomorrow, Deuce McBride is going to have his first double-digit scoring output. I think Deuce is going to come out tomorrow. I'm feeling it. Feeling it. Because the bench, if that happens, with the starters playing well, I think Deuce is going to play well. Schroeder is not a star. Come on. He got traded for a bag of potato chips at the deadline. I think he's just like three teams this year for Dennis Schroeder, but he's been performing well for them. But yeah, game 4, more of the same for the New York Knicks, right? More of the same, trying to see if there's more comments that have come out from the team. I know Tom Thibodeau spoke. Oh, Shedeur Sanders drafted to the Browns. All over the timeline. All right, guys. Predictions for Game 4. Flood the comments with your predictions. Knicks win. Go up 3-1. Go back home Game 5 to close it out. Let me hear your predictions for Game 4. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a 10-point plus win for the Knicks. I know we haven't, I'm feeling a big Deuce game. Knicks are going to hit on all cylinders and come back to MSG with a chance to close it out in 5. So let me hear what you guys have to what are you guys predicting for game 4? El Figgy says Deuce played college against Cade. He defended the crap out of Cade at West Virginia. Yeah, I mean, now you have defenders to obviously guard Cade, but in a pinch, you could throw Deuce out there, but I think the Knicks are trying to avoid that. But, Cade made some mistakes late in that fourth quarter for the Detroit Pistons, right? So, look, he's young. He's an amazing player, but he's young. B says, I agree, big game for Deuce tomorrow. This bench, Dibs bench him like he used to do RJ. That's the thing. If Deuce is performing well, Thibs is going to play him more. I mean, he hasn't played over 10 minutes yet. No, he has, excuse me. Over 15 minutes in a game. He hasn't played. So, Corey says 20-point win. Tendrell Shaman needs more minutes. He can be the real X factor if he gets hot from 3. Tendrell, yeah, appreciate you for becoming a member as well. Appreciate the members in here. But yeah, I mean, Shaman has kind of been a deer in the headlights, right? He hasn't really played. But I don't know with Shaman. Like, I know he has experience, but 10 minutes game 1, 5 minutes game 2, 4 minutes game 3. Yeah, I mean, him and Deuce just, I know to close out the season, look, he shot 48% from 3 in the month of April. Shaman. Right? 48% from 3. And in the playoffs, I mean, it's a different game. It's a different game. But look, I know when a player plays 5 minutes, 4 minutes, it's going to be hard to gain any rhythm. Like, he's not playing in the second half. So it's going to be hard for Landry Shamet to sustain a rhythm. Like, I mean, when things get tight, you're going to play your starters. OG, Anunoby, Mikal, Brunson, Cat. These guys are going to play. Like, but in these 5 minutes with Tom Thibodeau as your head coach, you need to show him that, okay, yeah, you can do some stuff. Otherwise, he's not going to go back to you in the second half, right? I mean, we saw it a little bit with Campaign a little bit, but, Dibs just kind of needs to trust these guys more. But if they're not performing, I mean, in game 2, you had a lineup of like an all-bench lineup out there in game 2. I don't know why Tom Thibodeau did that, but if these guys are not going to perform in the minutes that they are going to play in, I mean, why continue to play them? But I have faith in game 4 that one of these guys, Deuce or Shamet, because Payne has already given us a spark. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Smash the like button. 58 people in here just chopping it up Knicks on this Saturday afternoon. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Appreciate the new subscribers as well. Thank you for giving me your time on this Saturday afternoon. Really do appreciate it. But I expect one of these guys, Deuce or Shamet, to play well in the fourth quarter. I mean, in the fourth quarter, third quarter, like one of these guys need to step up. I expect a good showing from Deuce in game 4. I'm calling it. Put it on the board. Deuce McBride over 10 points in game 4, giving the Knicks a spark off the bench. I'm feeling it. Come on, Deuce. Tendrell says someone gifted me a membership. Thank you to the person that did that. I believe that was Crimes Dad, Tendrell. Shout out to Crimes Dad gifting you a membership. I go over the film. If you guys wanted to become a member, support the channel. Really do appreciate it. I go over the film. A lot of great things in game 3 that we saw. Feed the cat. Feed the dog. Feed the dog. Feed cat. Feed cat. But yeah, this is Shamet needs to just his 3, like the swing of Shamet's 3s are so pivotal for this team. Like even if he were to give us like 1 or 2, like it's important because it allows more rest for Anunoby and Bridges, and it just allows the offense to flow more. And look, he hasn't hit a 3 yet. He hasn't attempted a 3 yet. Like, he hasn't hit a 3 yet. He hasn't attempted a 3 yet. So hopefully we can get him going in game 4. Right? Landry Shamet. Cleveland up 20. About to go up 3-0. OKC's going to sweep the Memphis Grizzlies today. So Boston lost to the Celtics. Boston lost to the Celtics. What am I saying? Boston lost to the Magic yesterday. So they're still up 2-1. But hey, take care of business tomorrow. You go up 3-1. You come back home with the chance to close it out in MSG. So, but Mitch is sick. Get well soon, Mitchell Robinson. It's looking like he will be okay. Just trying to update the timeline to see if we have any other updates regarding the New York Knicks. I know Josh Hart spoke that we played that audio a little earlier. So, yeah, no updates. No updates. Just everyone seems to be good. Everyone seems to be healthy. Everyone seems to be locked in. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere in game number 4. El Figure says Knicks win tomorrow, but be ready, nation. Get your stress ball ready. It will be a nail biter. Yeah, it will be. It will be. Can't wait for tomorrow, guys. Can't wait for tomorrow. We'll be streaming the game on TikTok, giving my reactions on TikTok at @KnicksNation_. Make sure you follow on Instagram at KnicksNation on Instagram. Links are in the bio. And at Knicks Nation on X. And we will be here post-game tomorrow after game 4. Hopefully we go up 3-1. Appreciate you guys in the chat. As always, enjoy your Saturday. Let's go, Knicks. Get healthy, Big Mitch. Feel better. That vitamin C. Get that in your system. And let's go win a game 4. Let's go win a game 4. Close it out with some more of your comments. Tendrell said, did Mitch eat some bad Detroit street food? Maybe. Caddy says Deuce dribbling a little bit too much. He has to catch and shoot and make quicker decisions with the ball. Yeah. When he tries to take his defender off the dribble, you see him hesitant a little bit and he loses the ball and you see him pass the ball out. He's not confident in doing that. And look, he's more of a catch and shoot type of guy. He can hit high arcing threes like he did in game 2. You know, he can hit some tough shots, but we need him to, step it up in game 4. And I believe that he will. Prophet says we got to play defense consistently again. Yes, we do. We do. Make it difficult for the Detroit Pistons, especially late in the games. Make it difficult for Cade. Dennis Schroeder, I don't want to see come in the game and shoot like 4 threes. Tim Hardaway Jr., that was an outlier in the game 3. It was. He's a good shooter. I'm not afraid. Now, you will see some positive regression from Beasley. He's been missing a lot of open looks. So, defend the 3 well. Continue to play your game. Continue to, play great defense and continue to move the ball. And let's go. Knicks by 13 tomorrow. Let's go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Let's go, Knicks. I'm out of here. Enjoy your Saturday. Peace.